Well, good morning folks, and welcome back to the channel and the allotment. Down quite early today because I've got quite a few little jobs to do and I've got to get back. I've got one or two things to do at home. Well, first I'd like to just apologise for there not being the normal midweek update. I've been very busy this week, but what sort of set me back was somebody was going to be bringing me some OSB boards for the log store, and at the last minute they knocked me back, so I had to think on my feet, and I thought, well, what other way can I do it? And I thought, well, I remember just a bit down the way here, me and Martin did Razak's roof for him in scaffold boards, and I thought, so I contacted my mate and another mate of mine and asked if he could help me, and luckily enough he said he could, but he couldn't deliver until next week, which is the week coming. So that put me in a bit of a quandary, but I remembered Martin, good old Martin, had a load of scaffold boards left over, and he said I could use his until mine came. Just look at all the planes in the sky there, chasing each other. Anyway, let's get on to the plot. As you can see, this back end is horrendous, absolutely horrendous, but I'm not looking at it. I think today is the only day. Let's have a quick look. Yep. This is the first time I've seen this plot dry since I moved the trees last week. This is the very first day. And we haven't had rain constantly. It's just that the water table's that high. As usual, I'm the only one down. It is quite early, around 7:45, something like that, and I've got a couple of jobs, as I say. I need to harvest some leeks. I need to strip back some of the sprouts, leaves, just to get a little bit more light into the actual sprout itself, and I've also got this job to sort and through, but I think that's too big a job for today. I think I'm going to have to leave that. That's going to be, I'm going to set a full sort of morning aside to transfer everything that I'm going to keep into the greenhouse. So I'm not going to really have time to do that today. Tomorrow I'm busy because my daughter's coming over from the farm. I'm busy this evening because we're doing the annual marshmallow night. It's where I roast some marshmallows around the fire at home, and the kids dip it in melted chocolate, and they all get a little bit excited about Santa Claus coming. So I'm going to be doing that this evening, and also there's a football match on later on this afternoon, Leeds United versus Preston. That's an early kick-off, so that's why I'm down early. Anyway, let me get across to the leek bed. But whilst I'm doing that, I'll give you a little update as to how far I got with the log store.
I get the job done.
If the rain is pouring,
I get the job
if
done.
I'm drunk and falling,
I get the job
till
done.
the early morning,
I get the job done.
we'll keep on touring, stage keeps calling. If the rain is pouring,
I get the job
if I'm
done.
drunk and falling,
I get the job
till
done.
the early morning,
I get the job done.
we'll keep on touring, stage keeps calling. Stuffing teas in the case, we leaving for 3 days. We'll eat junk, get drunk, speed on the freeway. Sleep, change positions on a seat when our feet ache. Scream, wait, I need to take a leak for peace sake. We keep driving, like it's just a race. We arrive the venues late and set up like we get a race on. I checked up, mic, then I exit the stage. I am in a strange state, I'm like a lion in a cage. Sipping liquor in the quiet and calm. Puffing cigarettes until it's time to perform. Until they shut the lights and it's on. And if the light is the bomb, we're partying till 5 in the morning.
So, I've been told to bring 4 decent sized leeks home, because the wife's going to make a leek and potato pie and a chicken and leek pie, which is one of my favourites. So I'm going to follow the orders. And do as she says. And there's 2, and they're a decent size. I mean, I've just got my wrist around that, so they're quite good. So I need another 2 like that, and walking on the beds is a big no-no, but unless the veg plot man's a superhero and he can float, there's not we can do, is there? Another one like that. Try this one. Size. Have any of you lot still got your leeks in? I always tend to have quite a few in the beds because, as I say, it is a favourite of mine. I'll give these a clean up and then you can have a look at them. It's quite chilly. We'll have to keep moving. So there we go. Decent-ish leeks there. I'll dress them off and get those leaves put into the compost bin. What I'm going to do for now is that compost garlic there, I'm just going to put any compost that I've got, any green materials in there for now until I rebuild the compost base. Let's get across to the sprout bed. Wow, it's that cold. I've had to go get me scarf on, get these gloves on. As I told you before, I'm not a softie me, but today it's really cold. Right, just give these a, oh look at that, shake off. Now, to be totally honest with you, I'm not sure why people carry this practice out. I'm presuming that it's to allow air and things to circulate in amongst the sprouts. There's a bit of white fly on here, but it ain't flying, so it's dead. But I'll tell you something, I've got some decent sprouts here. And once I've stripped these down, I'll bring you in a little bit closer to have a look. As I said earlier on, that log store has really taken its toll on me. I went home the other day, and I will tell you now, every single bone in my body were aching. And I don't think it's all that really physical graft. I think it's just twisting and turning and trying to get in these awkward positions, and it knocks hell out of me on a night time. So I'm glad that that's over with. Right, I'll bring you in a bit closer, let you have a look at the size of some of these. Guys, let's have a look. These ones at the back coming on, not too bad. This one down here has stunted, but if you remember right back in the day when I planted these, they got absolutely ravished by slugs and snails, and I thought they were goners, but they bounced back. But yeah, they're not too bad. These here, not bad, and those ones there. So I'll definitely be taking a stick of sprouts home for the Christmas dinner, along with the parsnips that I've got down on the bottom allotment and the potatoes that I've got. So all's not lost. While I'm at the sprout cage, I thought I'd show you the garlic, which I think this year I've timed just right. They're just at the right size now. We are getting a few frosts, so hopefully that will help split them. But every single one has come up. I was worried about the far row there, because there just seemed to be, everything else was showing bar that one row. And they've all shot up now. So that's brilliant. As I say, I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of 12 here, and then I've got 47 in those baskets down at the bottom. So pleased with those. As I say, that part of the plot is damper. The further over this way you come, it is drier, so I've moved them across. So fingers crossed they stay well. Right, onwards and forwards. I managed to get all the bulbs into this bed, and it just looks really healthy. I don't know what it is. The soil is fantastic. I'm hoping there's not too much weed seed in there that's come out of the compost, but we'll keep an eye on it, keep on top of it. But I filled the front side and in between the trees with the bulbs out of the planters and all around this area. And I'm going to see if some of the garden centres are selling off any late bulbs, because I have put them in at this time before and they've done okay. I was just thinking I could get some more to just go up behind the trees, but I've got to say this has taken over as being my favourite bed. Fingers crossed the trees do and fruit as good as the soil looks. Right, while I'm at this top end, and before I go get a cup of tea in the shed, I thought I might let you into some of the things I've been thinking about putting in this part of the garden. So, as you know, once I take down the sun shelter at the back, just across from the shed here over to the greenhouse, I'm going to build a storage overhang so I can keep all my pots in there, everything that I'm going to be keeping that's in there now. So that's going to reduce obviously the sort of seating area at this side. So what I'm thinking of doing, he says, is putting a 4x4 post across from the shed here, another one at the back here, and then I'm thinking of taking the roof across on the same angle and filling the back of this area in here. So these two sides are filled in, and then what I'm thinking of doing is paving that area. So basically in the spring when it's rainy, it's still warm, you can still be out, but you don't want to get wet. You can get underneath there, you can sit, you can look down the plot, and you can stay dry. I'm thinking of putting that old burner in there as well, just to take the chill off the air, and sit round while you're having your cuppa. And it'll be great for when we have barbecues and things like that. So just finished one job, setting myself up for another one. Right folks, I've just about finished my brew, and I think it's time for me to call it a day today. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Thank you to all those subscribers that have just recently joined the channel, and obviously thank you to the existing ones. If you really like the video, please hit the like button. It does help the channel. Also, there's a notification bell there if you want to hit that to let you know when I've uploaded some further content. And yeah, and hopefully subscribe. It's turned out it's getting a little bit warmer now. I've got a few more things to do, so I'm going to crack on with those. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I definitely hope to see you midweek, where we can crack on and get more things done. So until the next time, take care, have a lovely weekend and a great week ahead, and most importantly of all, happy growing.